Hey everybody, welcome back to Hub on the Road. Today we're at the Urick Ductile Solutions Foundry here in Pennsylvania. This is where the rigid pipe wrench is born.
That's right, that's right. We're excited. We're excited.
I can't wait to see the whole process. I bet we're going to get to see some fire today, which is kind of exciting.
Well, let's get our hard hats on and let's get to work.
Right on, brother.
Most foundries will do a batch treatment of their iron. So they'll take, say, 2 tons of iron or more in a large ladle, and they'll treat it with magnesium alloy, and then they'll pour it into their molds. What we do, which is different, is we actually treat our ductile iron right in the mold. We'll pour the iron into this pour cup, which will mix with this magnesium alloy. It'll flow into the bathtub, and it'll reside in the bathtub for about 3 to 4 seconds, which is where we're converting it from base gray iron to ductile iron. That's where that reaction's occurring. So you'll see when we pour the iron out there, there's a flash, because there's a flash that occurs when you're mixing the iron with that alloy. You're going to disprue the gating and the risers from the casting.
Pull it apart. I feel like you have to walk like this.
This is where you can really appreciate the finished quality that we get, the lettering quality that we get. It's really exceptional for green sand molding.
How long does his shift last when he's doing it?
We'll run that line 2 10.5-hour shifts, 21 hours a day.
Now the guy's trained to do different circuits. This is a more intricate process than I thought, the whole thing.
I bet, well, imagine people used to do this by hand.
The sand that's at the diesel machine, which is black, it looks like this. This is the only thing keeping that metal in the mold. There is no flask around it. Once it's pushed down the line, it's just next to another mold that's consisting of sand. This sand is composed of an 80 grain fineness sand from the banks of Lake Michigan. This comes in about 3 times a week. We mix that with a bond, a calcium and sodium bentonite. This comes from Cincinnati. This also has some sea coal in it, and it has some proprietary stuff that the bond manufacturer puts in just to help with the draw and the brittle edges and things like that. We go up and test that sand every 4 hours, sometimes even more, because it's that important to keeping that metal in the interface.
Man, this is going to be awesome. Hey everybody, we are in Elyria, Ohio at the RIDGID headquarters, the factory where the wrench is made. So I brought John the handle for the 18-inch cast iron wrench from the foundry.
We were there yesterday.
Yeah, and we're going to go through the whole process on how this becomes a wrench. And I think we're going to get to build our own.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Stay tuned. I think you're going to like this. Hey, Becky. Awesome. All right, Joe, so the hook jaw. Everybody's familiar with it. Doesn't get as much attention as the handle, of course, but this is the first stop for the raw material. This is a raw, unmachined hook jaw, right?
Yep.
What are they doing at this station?
He's milling the teeth over here on this machine, and he's doing 5 at a time in this particular size, 5 in each fixture, excuse me. And then from there he goes over to the hook threading process, okay? That's a quality control check. That's called a go, no-go plug, okay? And then he's checking the major diameter of those threads. So he's loading these directly into our heat treat basket. So this is making it easier and quicker for us. So we don't have to handle these products again. So when it gets to the heat treat department, they'll be able to pick this up, load it into the furnace, and continue on with the process. What we want to achieve on our hooks is we want them to be tough, okay? We want them to bend, but not break, okay? This is kind of the wall of what we produce here in Elyria, okay? And it's not all inclusive. So there's your 48.
Boom! Look at that. So this one has not, this is raw and that's been heat treated?
That's been heat treated, correct.
So it gets darker, but it's a lot harder.
But it is a lot harder, yes.
You guys, we're walking through the factory right now. We got a lot more to look at. I'm just stopping everybody so I can show you this. Check this out. There's like, I don't know, thousands and thousands of wrenches right here. It's freaking crazy. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so the 18-inch handle, like all the other handles, okay, coming from paint, go into our new Akuma vertical machining centers with robotics that we've added in the last couple of years. And really, if you notice everything we've done so far, you know, it's been a lot of people loading the machines and unloading, you know, because even an 18 or 24-inch pipe wrench, when you're having to load it into a machine for 8 hours a day is very tiring. You got the raw handle, okay, now you got to machine it, okay, so that's what's happening. The chevron's being milled, the holes being put in, the heel, you know, where we're going to seat the heel is going in there. That's all being done inside that operation.
We've machined, we've painted, we've made heel jaws and hook jaws, and we're with Tony now. This is the final assembly. Tony, you're going to show us how we put the wrench together.
So we start off with the wrench. We dip it into non-rust to protect it from rusting before it gets to a customer. And we'll dip a few that we're going to build. And then we have a hammer fixture. We place the wrench into the hammer fixture, grab a heel, our hammer, a pin. We place the heel into the wrench, place our pin in, and this is the part where we hammer it in.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So we have it even on both sides. Then we place it into our spinner, which when we put it in, you got to hold it still, and you're spinning both sides of it down, so it actually gives it a nice finish. Grab our next one. So we have a spring, coil spring. Inside the wrench, there's a little spot for it. We slide it in, and it drops right into place. We have a flat spring, which is on our springer, and then there's a little tab, so we place it in, and it puts the flat spring into the wrench. And pull it back. There you go.
Put it in there. I can't.
So when you
Oh, it's in.
You put
It's
it on
in.
the edge, and you give it a little push.
This goes on here like so.
Up the other way.
Oh yeah, the other way I meant. I meant the other way. Oh, whoever gets this wrench and the ones that you made, they're gonna be happy.
We'd grab our wrench, and we have rags to wipe off the non-rust. Make sure the wrench is clean. You have your decal. You always make sure it's reading the correct way. We place it right on the wrench. Then we have our lanyard. And when we put the lanyard on, we put it generally right around the USA. You got a hook, a nut, and we kind of pick up the wrench with it.
Yep, yep.
Put the hook in, and then you just get it one or two twists so it grabs
Oh,
the
then
hook.
you're gonna use the rubber wheel.
Yep, and then we have a nut runner. You step on a pedal down here, and it starts going, and you spin the wrench down, and that's the completed
And
wrench.
you don't put your finger in there.
Don't want your finger in there.
Yeah, so it's gotta be straight, put it right there?
Yep. Go this way,
Okay.
and then you put it behind the wrench, and you start with the small side first, and then the big, yep.
Oh, it's a little crooked. Somebody's gonna notice that. Then I'm gonna take this, hold it. That's cool, man. John, it's your turn.
So we talked about the rigid quality being important,
Oh, come on now.
and this one we're going to let you keep. We're gonna let it go on the shelf.
Yeah, I get it, okay. Man, that was awesome. I never expected to see so many steps going to making a wrench like that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You know, I just want to thank everybody for watching. John and I, on behalf of Mechanical Hub, we just want to say Thanks to RIDGID for having us. This was just the coolest tour I've been on in a long time.
And kudos to RIDGID for their dedication to American manufacturing. It's
Yeah.
a cool thing to see.
Yeah, 100% made in the USA, from the material that was, you know, at the foundry, the cast iron, the ductile iron that went into this wrench, to all the machined parts, everything right here within the United States.
Yep.
You know, they got a thing on the wall, you're gonna see it, it says tools that are as iconic as the people who use them. And I'm almost emotional going through it. It's so cool.
Because you use them.
Yeah, I use them. And you know, they live by that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Cool, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.